Hello everyone, it is day 8 of NaNoWriMo, and I am going to apologize for not having any videos up over the past several days, starting for around the weekend. My mom came to town to whisk me away from my responsibilities or obligations or whatever you want to call them that have to do with writing, to make sure that I could get some shopping done and eat some meals that didn't come from the microwave, because that's the kind of thing that's kind of important too. A lot of people overlook the need for self-care when they do big projects such as NaNoWriMo, and especially with the huge hefty goal that I've taken on, it was really nice to be able to just kind of have a little bit of a break and enjoy life a little bit, take care of myself a little bit before I jumped back in and got back to work. So as of day 8, I am currently at, actually I'm a little bit past because I haven't updated my current word count completely up to date, but I am at or above 53,042 words. I passed the 50,000 mark yesterday, late at night, so that was exciting. I played a little victory fanfare for myself over on my Facebook page, if anybody's interested. So yeah, a little bit of an update of what I have been up to since the last time I posted a video. Like I said, this weekend was a little bit of a light day, or a light weekend as far as writing goes, but I did manage, thanks to a really handy sprint schedule that I came up with, where I pretty much just started waking up a half hour early and writing for that time before I'm sorry, my cat keeps swatting her tail on the camera cord and it's making it shake. But yeah, I started doing sprints before my brain has a chance to wake up all the way and begin to worry about everything that's going on with the rest of the day. So it's a really productive time for me, and it lets me start my day with a significant word count. I've been sprinting about 1,200 to 1,800 words per 20-minute sprint. And so, you know, when you wake up first thing in the morning, you're like, wow, I already have almost all of the recommended word count done. It's pretty encouraging for the rest of the day. And so I kept up with that over the weekend and managed to add a little bit to my word count every day. And I also am kind of excited, and it's a silly excited, I guess, but we went to, when we were doing our shopping, we stopped by my favorite little bakery in town, and they had sugar cookies that were autumn themed because that's the time of year it is, and they were pumpkins, except they had white ones that were supposed to be like gourds, but I thought they looked like onions kind of. So now I have onion cookies to motivate me. So when I reach my milestones, I get to have a cookie. I know you're not supposed to reward yourself with food, but I do because cookies are delicious. The books that I have underway right now from my list of 6, I now have my Dragon Rebellion book. It's almost halfway done. It's actually coming out a lot easier than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be something that I kind of pushed aside and scrambled to get to, if I got to it at all, at the very end of the month. Mostly because it doesn't happen in the world of Aboleth. It happens in a completely different world. No ties whatsoever to the series or the world that I've been working on since 2003. And I kind of thought of it as just kind of a something to play around with, to entertain myself in some other direction. And it ended up actually, I'm really excited about it, motivated for it. And even though there is a sequel for it brewing about in my brain, I think that it's going to be a relative standalone. I don't really see it fleshing out into an epic the way the Afflicted saga has. So I'm kind of excited about that, to see if I can actually pull off like a book with a sequel and that's it, as far as if I decide to go forward with polishing it and making it something that I entertain the idea of publishing. But yeah, I'm really excited that because I never thought that I would get out of Aboleth again. Not that I think that that's a problem, because I love this world, but yeah, it's nice to see that I still have a little bit of the chops of a normal writer, that I can expand my horizons a little bit. So that was exciting. I am also almost halfway done with Nessa's Adventures, having a lot of fun with that. And I was really worried because Matthias's book, Legend of the Risen, Volume 6, I really had no, I know where I'm going to end up with it eventually, but I didn't have any outline going in, and I knew that that was going to be problematic considering how many projects I had going on this month. And so I sat down and began working on it just to see what would happen. I knew where the first scene would kind of start and followed it, and I actually had so many of the I don't know where I'm going with this questions answered as I started working on that first scene. And so now I've got a pretty solid outline for about the first third of it hammered out, and I'm letting myself call that good for now. And I will refer to that later in this video as to why I'm calling that good. And then because of some of the shorts that I've written, I've got probably 4 or 5 of them hammered out and nice and solid. I now have a more solid direction for where I'm going with Brant's book, which is exciting to me too, because it was another one that I only had kind of a sketchy idea of an outline. I now have it outlined through at least chapter 13 with kind of like a trickle of what probably is going to happen after that point. I also this weekend have ordered my second Alpha Smart, which if you guys aren't familiar with an Alpha Smart, it looks like this. It's super handy. It is just a word processor. You just type away on it. It saves everything automatically as you type with it. And it's very portable. It runs off AA batteries and has like 700 hours worth of battery life. So you don't have to worry about running out of battery or about losing it or about not being able to find an outlet. And yeah, they're pretty much really, really helpful. And as I'm gearing up to do another set of marathon type sprints, I realized that I could really use another one because let's see, can I get it close enough? There's buttons on there that say file and they have numbers that go on it. And each file holds about, I think they said 10,000 words are supposed to fit on each file. But the way that makes sense to my brain to sprint is each sprint gets its own file. But then you have to upload it onto your computer. And it doesn't upload it all automatically. Like it types it out as it goes. And while it's doing that, you can do nothing else with the Alpha Smart and you can do nothing else on your computer or else the file doesn't go up. So considering that I was looking to do a lot of pretty much back-to-back sprints, I was needing more than just the 8 files, so that way I could have one Alpha Smart uploading onto the PC while I was typing on another one. So, long story short, I'm getting another Alpha Smart. This one, my current one, see I just smacked on the keyboard tray of my desk, it's probably fine. This one is named Conrad. It's a long story. Don't know what I'm naming the other one yet, but and I hit it again, look at that. But I do have a second one on the way, and I am pretty excited about that because someday, very, very soon, that I'm still not making public until the day that it starts, just based on past experience of psyching myself out and then being massively disappointed when I couldn't pull it off, I am going to attempt, and I'm calling it at this time, a 1-day 40K challenge. Based on the, again, meticulous schedule that I made for it, I should be able to get to 50K, but I'm going to call 40K victory enough, and if I still have juice after that, I will push on to the full 50K and see if I can pull it off. So that goes back to where I was referring to fleshing out the outlines for the stories that I didn't have worked out. I'm anticipating during that day completely finishing my Dragon Rebellion, completely finishing Ness's, and either getting a good chunk catching up on what I have so far of Matthias's or Brant's. Realistically, that's probably all I'll be able to cram into that 24-hour period. But that's okay because that's still a whole lot of writing and it will knock out a lot of the projects that I had, and I'll be able to do it before the month is even halfway done. So if I can stay on board with that, I might actually be able to pull off this 7 projects in one NaNoWriMo business, which how cool would that be? So yeah, that is my updates of what has been going on. It's been relatively smooth sailing as far as the writing progress has been going, and the first year that I haven't found myself having one of those days where I'm just like, I don't feel like writing and log like 72 words in a day because, you know, there's no motivation there. Super motivated still. My body, after that first day of figuring out that I actually needed to sit properly to type, my hands have been holding out, my brain's been holding out as far as the writing aspect goes, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of the month. So hopefully I'll be able to give more video updates more frequently than I have been. I know I've missed a few days. I'm really sorry for that if anybody's watching and following along. But yeah, I'll try and stay on board with being a little bit more consistent with my updates, and hope to talk to all of you later. If you're writing, keep writing. If you're reading, keep reading. Have a good one. Bye.